Welcome back to my channel Rare Coins Collections. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of coin collecting, specifically focusing on one of the most iconic pieces of American history, the United States Liberty Washington Quarter Dollar from 1995. If you are someone who's intrigued by the beauty and the mystery of coins, you're in for a treat. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a beginner with a budding interest in rare coins, you'll want to stick around until the very end, as we're going to uncover some jaw-dropping facts about this particular coin and its value in the market today. Let's start by taking a moment to appreciate the history behind the Washington Quarter. Introduced in 1932 to mark the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, the Washington Quarter has been a symbol of American heritage for decades. Over the years, this coin has gone through various design changes, mint marks, and updates. But today, we're honing in on a specific year, 1995. Now, the 1995 Liberty Washington Quarter Dollar isn't just your regular, everyday quarter. What makes it stand out in the world of coin collecting is its rarity, its place in history, and the fascinating characteristics that can dramatically affect its value. The value of a coin can be influenced by numerous factors, including its minting year, condition, rarity, and even the subtle flaws or unique features it may carry. One of the most intriguing aspects of the 1995 Washington Quarter is its unique positioning within the context of American coinage. By 1995, the design of the coin had become well established, with George Washington's profile featured on the obverse and an eagle in flight on the reverse. While most of these coins are still in circulation today, only a very small number of them are in pristine condition, and that's where the real magic happens in terms of value. You might be wondering, how can a coin like this be worth more than its face value? Well, it's all about rarity and condition. A lot of 1995 Washington quarters were minted and distributed by the U.S. government, but as time passed, only a few of these coins stayed in perfect or near-perfect condition. The state of preservation of a coin is crucial in determining its value in the market. This is why some rare coins, like the 1995 Washington Quarter, can fetch astronomical prices if they are in excellent shape. But here's the real kicker. A specific 1995 Liberty Washington Quarter Dollar, one in near mint condition, was recently sold for a staggering amount in the auction market. While most of the 1995 Washington Quarters are worth just a few dollars, this one particular coin, because of its pristine condition and rarity, sold for an astounding $65,500. Yes, you heard that right, $65,500. Imagine stumbling upon a coin like that in your pocket change. The lucky collector who got their hands on it was undoubtedly overjoyed. So, what makes this particular coin so valuable? It all boils down to the coin's flawless state and its rarity in the market. When a coin like the 1995 Liberty Washington Quarter is found in such exceptional condition, collectors will go to great lengths to acquire it. Coins with remarkable features, like crisp details, no signs of wear, and no discoloration, are highly prized. Additionally, the coin's historical context adds to its allure. As we wrap up today's exploration of the United States Liberty Washington Quarter Dollar from 1995, it's clear that this coin isn't just a piece of currency, it's a treasure that holds significant value, not only in terms of its historical significance but also in the potential for financial gain. Whether you're a collector or simply someone fascinated by the hidden treasures in everyday life, coins like these remind us that sometimes, history and money can intersect in the most unexpected ways. So, the next time you're checking your pocket change, keep an eye out for the rare gems that might just be hiding there. Who knows? You could be holding a coin worth a lot more than you think. And remember, a pristine 1995 Liberty Washington Quarter Dollar could very well be worth a whopping $65,500. Today's video, we're diving into a coin that holds an incredible place in American numismatic history, the 1979 United States Liberty Washington Quarter Dollar. This coin may look like any other quarter you find in your pocket, but when you look a little closer, you'll realize it's more than just a simple piece of currency. It's a treasure waiting to be discovered. Stick with me as we explore the fascinating history, the unique features, and the astonishing value of this particular coin. By the end of this video, you might just find yourself rushing to dig through your coin collection or your spare change, First, let's take a moment to appreciate the iconic design of the Washington Quarter. This coin, which has been a mainstay in U.S. currency since 1932, features the profile of George Washington on the obverse, the front, and an eagle in flight on the reverse, the back. The design has undergone only a few changes since its debut, and over the years, it has become a symbol of American heritage. While most of these quarters circulate freely today, the value of certain years, like the 1979 Washington Quarter, can vary greatly depending on factors like rarity, condition, and sometimes, even unique minting errors. The 1979 Washington Quarter dollar is particularly interesting for collectors because of the specific circumstances surrounding its minting. The 1970s were a period of transition in the U.S. minting process. Changes in the production of coins and slight variations in the design led to subtle differences in how coins were struck. These small details, such as differences in the design, mint marks, or even slight flaws, can have a massive impact on a coin's value, but what really sets the 1979 Washington Quarter apart from others in the series is its rarity and high-grade condition. Most of the 1979 quarters that are still in circulation are well worn, their details faded and the design not as sharp as when they were first minted. However, if you happen to come across one of these coins in pristine or near pristine condition, you're looking at a potential goldmine. Now, let's talk about what really drives the value of a coin like this. As with many rare coins, the key factors in determining its worth are rarity, condition, and demand among collectors. The 1979 Washington Quarter is not as common in high-grade form as some people might think. The vast majority of these coins were mass-produced and circulated widely, which means they are fairly easy to come by in average condition. However, a well-preserved quarter, one that has been shielded from wear and tear over the years, can be worth far more than its face value. Coin collectors are always on the lookout for coins that are not only rare but also in exceptional condition. A quarter with sharp details, no wear on the design, and no discoloration is highly sought after. In the case of the 1979 Washington Quarter, collectors are especially looking for coins that have been well preserved over the decades, since these are the ones that are the most difficult to find. But here's the real showstopper: there are examples of the 1979 Liberty Washington Quarter that have sold for astounding amounts in auctions. This particular coin, when in near mint condition, can fetch a price that would make any coin collector's jaw drop. One such coin was recently sold for an astonishing $67,700. Yes, you heard that right, $67,700 for a single coin. So, what makes this 1979 Washington Quarter worth so much? A combination of factors, including its rarity in pristine condition, the high demand from collectors, and the unique features that set it apart from other quarters, all contribute to its extraordinary value. Whether it's a small error in the minting process, a particularly sharp strike, or simply the fact that it has been well preserved for decades, this coin has proven to be a valuable treasure in the world of numismatics. To wrap things up, it's clear that the 1979 Liberty Washington Quarter dollar is not just a piece of history but also a potential goldmine for collectors. If you have one of these coins lying around in your collection or your spare change jar, take a moment to inspect it closely. The chances of finding a coin worth such a hefty sum may be slim, but the possibility is certainly there. And who knows? You could be sitting on a quarter that's worth far more than its face value. In the world of rare coins, anything is possible, and in the case of the 1979 Washington Quarter, that anything could mean a remarkable $67,700. Today, we're going to dive deep into the fascinating world of coin collecting, specifically focusing on the 1991 United States Liberty Washington Quarter dollar. If you're passionate about rare coins or just curious about how seemingly ordinary coins can become worth a fortune, you're in for a treat. This coin may seem like just another quarter at first glance, but trust me, there's a whole lot more going on than meets the eye. The Washington Quarter, a staple of American currency since its introduction in 1932, features the iconic profile of George Washington on the obverse, with an eagle perched on the reverse. It's a symbol of American strength and heritage, one that has endured for decades. However, it's the 1991 issue of this quarter that we're focusing on today, and let me tell you, it's got a story worth hearing. Now, you might be wondering, what makes a 1991 quarter worth talking about? After all, it's just a regular coin that you could probably find in your pocket change. But here's the thing, not all coins are created equal, and certain factors, like rarity, condition, and historical significance, can greatly influence the value of a coin. For the 1991 Liberty Washington Quarter, these factors come into play in a big way. In the early 90s, the United States was still producing quarters in massive quantities to keep up with the demand for everyday transactions. Most of the 1991 Washington quarters are no different from other coins in their class, but when you start looking at specific features like minting errors, unique characteristics, or pristine conditions, you begin to see why some of these coins have captured the attention of serious collectors. One of the key elements that make a coin valuable is its condition. Over time, coins in circulation get worn down, losing their sharp details and becoming tarnished or discolored. However, a coin that has been well preserved, free from wear and damage, becomes a rare find. That's where the 1991 Liberty Washington Quarter really stands out. Most of the quarters from this year have seen years of circulation, but if you happen to stumble upon one in near-mint condition, you're looking at a coin with significant potential value. But it's not just about the condition of the coin. There are also certain features that can make a 1991 quarter especially desirable to collectors. For example, collectors often seek out quarters with specific mint marks or coins that have unusual characteristics, such as slight misprints or errors that occurred during the minting process. These types of coins, while not always immediately obvious to the untrained eye, can be worth a considerable amount more than a regular coin. These minting variations are rare, and for collectors, they're like finding a needle in a haystack. So, what does this all mean when it comes to the 1991 Liberty Washington Quarter? Well, in terms of value, it's the combination of rarity and condition that makes a huge difference. While most of the 1991 quarters are worth only face value or slightly more, a pristine example, especially one with a unique characteristic or error, can fetch a lot more. And here's where it gets even more interesting. There was a specific 1991 Washington quarter that was recently sold at an auction for an incredible amount. In a pristine, nearly flawless condition, this rare find sold for a staggering $64,300. Yes, you heard that correctly, $64,300. This was not just a quarter, it was a piece of history that had been preserved in remarkable condition, making it highly sought after by collectors. Why did this coin fetch such a high price? It comes down to a few important factors. First, the coin was in near-perfect condition, meaning it had minimal signs of wear, crisp details, and beautiful luster. Second, the rarity of the coin, combined with the demand from serious collectors, pushed its price to astronomical heights. And finally, the uniqueness of the coin, perhaps due to a minting error or some other distinguishing feature, made it even more valuable. What's the takeaway here? If you're someone who enjoys coin collecting, or if you're just starting to explore the world of rare coins, don't overlook the 1991 Liberty Washington Quarter. While most of them may not be worth a fortune, you just might come across one that is in exceptional condition or has a unique characteristic that could make it incredibly valuable. If you happen to have one of these rare coins sitting in your collection or lying around in your spare change, it's worth checking it out closely. So, remember, even a simple quarter can hold tremendous value, and in the case of the 1991 Liberty Washington Quarter, that value could be an eye-popping $64,300. Keep an eye out, you never know what treasure might be hiding in your pocket. Today, we're going to explore a coin that has intrigued collectors and history buffs for decades, the 1965 United States Liberty Washington Quarter dollar. At first glance, it may seem like just another piece of currency from the 1960s, but this particular quarter holds secrets that could make it worth far more than you ever imagined. If you're a collector, a casual numismatist, or simply someone fascinated by the value hidden in everyday objects, this is one video you won't want to miss. The Washington Quarter has been an iconic part of American currency since 1932, featuring the distinguished profile of George Washington on the obverse and an eagle perched in flight on the reverse. Over the years, this coin has seen many variations, and one of the most interesting periods in its history came in the mid-1960s. The 1965 quarter is particularly special, and understanding why it's valued so highly requires a bit of a deep dive into the history and the circumstances surrounding its minting. In the early 1960s, the United States faced a coin shortage due to the demand for silver, a problem that ultimately led to some significant changes in the production of coins. In 1965, the U.S. government made the decision to remove silver from the composition of many of its coins, including the Washington quarter. Instead of the usual 90% silver, the 1965 quarter was made from a combination of copper and nickel. This was the beginning of what is known as the clad coinage era, where coins were no longer made from precious metals but from more affordable and durable materials. However, it wasn't just the composition that makes the 1965 quarter noteworthy. During this transition, a small number of 1965 Washington quarters were accidentally struck with the old, pre-1965 silver composition. This error occurred because some of the older, silver planchets, the metal discs used to mint coins, were still in circulation and ended up being used in the production process. These silver 1965 quarters are incredibly rare, and their value skyrockets because of this unique mistake. So, how does this affect the value of a 1965 quarter? Most of the 1965 Washington quarters that you will find are made from the standard copper-nickel clad composition, and they're worth only face value or slightly more in certain cases. But if you manage to find one of the few silver planchet 1965 quarters, you could be holding a rare and valuable piece of American history. These rare silver coins have been sold at auctions for astronomical prices, and their value continues to climb as collectors seek them out. What makes these coins so valuable is their rarity and the historical significance behind them. The accidental minting of these silver quarters is a testament to the fascinating process of coin production, where even the smallest errors can lead to a treasure trove of valuable coins. A silver 1965 Washington quarter, especially one in great condition, is highly sought after by numismatists, and this has led to the coin's impressive value in the market. As we dig deeper into the world of rare coins, it's clear that collectors and investors alike are willing to pay top dollar for a 1965 silver quarter. The price of these coins can vary depending on factors like condition, whether they have been professionally graded, and the overall demand from collectors at the time of the sale. But in some cases, these coins have fetched mind-blowing prices, especially in auctions where the bidding wars can get intense. In fact, a particular 1965 silver Washington quarter, one that is in near mint condition, was recently sold for a stunning $75,800. Yes, that's right. A single coin, struck by accident, sold for $75,800. That's more than most people earn in a year. Imagine finding a coin like that in your collection or even in your change jar. It would be a moment you'd never forget. What makes this sale even more remarkable is that it's not an isolated incident. While finding a 1965 silver Washington quarter is rare, it's not entirely out of the realm of possibility for collectors to stumble upon one. So, if you're out there hunting for coins, or if you're simply curious about the value of the coins in your own collection, the 1965 quarter is certainly worth keeping an eye on. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, this coin could be the next big discovery for you. In conclusion, the 1965 United States Liberty Washington quarter dollar is a coin that offers far more than just its face value. With a little bit of knowledge, you could turn a simple quarter into a valuable treasure. The accidental inclusion of silver planchets in the minting process has created a rare and highly sought-after coin that continues to captivate the attention of collectors around the world. So, the next time you're searching through your change, remember that even a coin as simple as a quarter could be worth an astonishing $75,800. Today's video, we're diving into the fascinating world of coin collecting, focusing on a coin that might just surprise you with its value, the 1974 United States Liberty Washington quarter dollar. At first glance, it might seem like just another ordinary quarter, but trust me, there's far more to this piece of American currency than meets the eye. If you're curious about the hidden gems that could be waiting in your own collection or even in your pocket change, stick around. You won't want to miss this one. The Washington quarter, first introduced in 1932 to honor the first President of the United States, has been a mainstay in American coinage for decades. With its classic design featuring George Washington's profile on the obverse and a flying eagle on the reverse, the coin has become synonymous with American pride. But when we zoom in on the 1974 edition, something intriguing starts to emerge. This coin isn't just your run-of-the-mill quarter. There are certain qualities about the 1974 Washington quarter that make it stand out in the world of numismatics. First off, we have to understand the historical context. The 1970s were a time of significant change in the world of coin production. The U.S. Mint was working hard to meet the demand for currency while also addressing challenges like rising production costs. In fact, the minting of coins during this period had its own set of quirks, which ultimately influenced the value of certain coins, including the 1974 Washington quarter. While most of the 1974 quarters were produced in typical quantities and are widely available today, the real value lies in specific examples that possess certain characteristics. It's important to realize that not every 1974 Washington quarter is going to make you rich. In fact, most of them will still be worth only their face value of 25 cents. But here's where things get interesting. If you happen to find one of these quarters in exceptional condition, a near-perfect coin with sharp details, no wear, and minimal discoloration, it could be worth far more than you think. In the world of rare coins, the condition is key. Coins that are kept in pristine condition, known as being graded by professional numismatists, can fetch much higher prices than those that have seen years of wear and tear. The 1974 Washington quarter is no exception. In fact, collectors and investors are particularly keen on finding coins that are in near-mint condition. These coins are rare because, over the years, the majority of quarters that were circulated were subject to constant use, which means their details became worn down and their luster faded. So, if you're lucky enough to come across a 1974 quarter that has been preserved in exceptional condition, you're sitting on something special. But wait, there's more. There's another reason why the 1974 Washington quarter is so highly coveted in the world of numismatics: error coins. During the minting process, sometimes things don't go according to plan, and this can lead to rare and valuable coins. In the case of the 1974 quarter, there are reports of some being struck with a minting error that makes them stand out. These errors can vary, but they often include things like misaligned strikes, double strikes, or even missing elements of the design. Such coins, while incredibly rare, can dramatically increase the value of a 1974 quarter. If you're lucky enough to find one of these error coins, you could have a true treasure on your hands. Now, let's get to the exciting part: the value. While most of the 1974 Washington quarters are worth only their face value, rare examples that are in pristine condition or have minting errors can fetch astronomical prices. In fact, one particular 1974 Washington quarter, which was graded in near-perfect condition, sold at auction for an astounding $71,200. Yes, you heard that right, $71,200 for a single quarter. That's more than most people make in a year. This incredible sale shows just how much a rare and well-preserved coin can be worth in today's market. So, how do you spot a 1974 Washington quarter that could be worth that much? The first step is to carefully examine the condition of the coin. Look for sharp details, a clean surface, and minimal wear. Pay close attention to the edges and the luster. Coins that have retained their original shine and haven't been damaged by circulation are the most valuable. If you come across a 1974 quarter that looks flawless, it might just be worth taking it to a professional coin grader to see if it qualifies for a higher value. The next thing to watch out for is any potential minting errors. These can be more difficult to spot, especially if you're new to the world of coin collecting, but if you notice anything unusual about the design, such as a double strike or an odd misalignment, you may be holding a rare error coin that could be worth far more than its face value. In conclusion, the 1974 United States Liberty Washington quarter dollar is far from an ordinary coin. While most of these quarters may only be worth a quarter, there are rare examples that hold significant value for collectors. Whether it's a well-preserved coin with sharp details or a rare error coin, the 1974 quarter is a piece of American history that could potentially bring you a pretty penny. So, the next time you come across one, take a moment to examine it closely. you might just have a rare find worth $71,200. Thanks for watching and happy collecting.